What is up, everybody? Joining for a mid-afternoon edition of just Jeremy talking stuff. What we're going to do is we are going to open up the text line for everybody. We are going to open up. I don't know why that says five. I'm not five. I'm literally. Uh, I'm 40. I'm a man. But all right, why is the camera not on either? All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Welcome to today, and I am here. Let's see. Give y'all some time to get on here so we can. Quentin, what's good, man? Of course, Chris Redmond would text me in the middle of me recording. All right. Getting on here today because I've seen social media today. I know there's a lot of divisiveness. I know there's a lot of aggressiveness. I am Twilly. What's good? Twilly, the first one from YouTube on here. Quentin, the first one from Facebook. Let me get this on. Okay. Some people are just going to be haters. Let me get this on here so I can see. Donna Hoover listening live from Perdido Key. What's up? What's up, Terry? Trying to see if it'll do the same thing where it'll show me who's joining the room, because I really like to. What's up, Mike? What's up, GW? Listening beachside. I appreciate y'all. Mike, what's good? All right, so this is what I want to get on here today for, because I've been seeing, like I said again, a lot of divisiveness. Shout out to David Jones. This is why I wanted this little thing on the on my phone, because I can see who's joining in. It don't always show who the people are joining in, so I like that. I'm actually talking on the phone even, at times when I'm not talking on here. Okay, it's called a delay. Logan, what's good, man? Logan Duval in the crib. Rhineyville, love me some Rhineyville. A lot of divisiveness and stuff on Twitter about the football team. We went from thinking this team was going to win 8, 9, 10 games to watching one game, and now we're not going to win any games. And I just want to hear y'all sound off. Duell, what's good? I want to hear y'all's thoughts. I'm going to give my thoughts and stuff, but I want to hear y'all's thoughts and stuff as well. Maybe it's something we do a couple times a week. If y'all are digging it, if y'all are into it, we can do this more often. Dwayne, what's good, man? Dwayne from YouTube, what's good? So I've had a little time to process, and first off, I don't like what I saw on the field. There was no change from last year. Oh my God. Listening live from my back porch. My guy, Boo Brewer. I didn't like what I saw. So I was sold all summer on we've made a lot of changes. We got a new offensive coordinator. It's going to be more exciting. Our defense, and I will tell you this, we'll address defense in a minute, but it's going to be different. And there wasn't nothing different. That was the same old stuff we've seen. Now, I have been, if y'all listen to the show, I have been one of his biggest supporters, going through something similar in college where I had Ron Cooper for a couple of years, and then getting Ron Cooper for my last few years and going through a coaching change, I guess is what I would say. I did that in high school and college. It's not just 1 or 2 years or even 3 years. Sometimes it takes getting all the old people out and getting all the new people before it can change. So I've been giving him a huge benefit of the doubt. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue to do that. I think he's a great dude, even though a couple of the former players' parents have spoke out on Twitter today to the opposite. He's not done anything wrong to me. His family's never treated me any certain type of way. So I'm not going to. Gosh dang it. Dwayne's already starting a new hire coaching list over here. Dwayne, calm down. It's just I have to see some changes. I feel like every single year that he's been here, we have come out flat in the opening game. I don't even think this is I think, what's up, Tom Jeffries, TJ in the house? I think Brown should have. I hate to wish anybody except for Tim Sullivan negativity towards losing their job, but we have got to, one of two things have to happen in the next 3 games. We either need to actually hand the keys over to the offensive coordinator, which I feel like now, and again, this dude's never done anything wrong to me. I hate talking negatively about anybody, but he seems like window dressing to me. I went looking back at his prior stops, and he was a running backs coach, not an offensive coordinator. Jostler, what's good? Mike, what's good? And I'll get to everybody. I think Brown should have. I think that should have been changed. I also think, and this may get me a little bit of heat, which I'm okay with. I'm a big boy. Mama raised me that way. But no, I don't think so, Mike. I don't think there's ever a plan to hand the keys over to Taylor. It may not be unpopular, Michelle. So we'll get to it in a minute. I want to make sure I get to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this first one up on the screen, and y'all can look at it while I'm talking. But Brown should have been gone. We should have never got rid of Court Dennison. He was there. It was never proven that he did anything wrong. And I know that Jeremy, you're his friend. You're biased. I'll tell you this much right now. If any of my podcast members did something wrong, I would take them to task for it. I was around this lady, and I'm not gonna say nothing negative because I don't want to end up in a lawsuit. Here's all I'll say: I believe him. Nothing was ever pressed. It is what it is, and he is a young. Here's hoping he hadn't done nothing for the last year. Put good juju vibes or what out that he'll land somewhere else and be able to work his way back up. But should have never let Court go. Brown should have been gone, and we should have hired an offensive coordinator that can call the plays. Because what you're telling me by letting Sack call the plays is that Lance can't call plays, and you don't necessarily have what's up, Josh, wide receiver number 2 during my times. Well, not my times, my brother's times at Doss High School. Stephen Pollard in the house. What's up, Steve? But it just makes it look like, hey, this guy wasn't a legit fit. We're just bringing him up to make it look good because it was the same plays. And something else I've noticed, and y'all probably have too, and then we'll get to the text line because this is for you all. It's not just for me to talk, even though I love to talk. But I start looking at the sidelines, and again, Coach Satt's never done anything wrong to me. I have nothing against him. I love the University of Louisville football program. I was a part of it. Rocco's an amazing person that has always went above and beyond for me. Something has got to change because we cannot keep running the same dry offense. And yeah, I had to catch myself a little bit. Dexter, James, what's up? Something's got to change, and I'm just trying not to be too negative. It's just we were promised that there was going to be something different on the field this year. It's not been different. Malik did not have any designed running plays like he has every other year where he's rushed for 200 yards a game or whatever. But back to my point, I knew I'd remember what I was going to say. I tried to play it off like I didn't forget. You look at Coach Satt and his laid back. And again, I don't want to say nothing bad, but he's got a laid back. There's no urgency, nothing. He just the everyday good old boy. And then you look at the players, and their attitudes reflect laid back, no sense of urgency. Is that a situation where they're looking at their coach and they're just being lazy? Or y'all can give me y'all's opinion about that as well. Again, we're about to go right to the text line. Hey, Angela, I appreciate the support. You know I always do. Little sis. I just wonder if they see him. there are two things that, and I know y'all are going to say, Jeremy, why are you saying you can't tease us like that? I heard two things the morning after the game that if I told you all, I would lose all my access to Louisville football. You all would start cheering for another team, and it would drive you all absolutely batty. Um, one of them has to do with no, they both have to do defensively. Um, okay, I'll give y'all one of the two. I can't give you the other one because I would for sure uh, lose everything I have over it. I had I had talked to a couple of the players and was like, "Hey, man, just wanted to let you know because when you cover the football team, you do form bonds with the players. They reach out to you for photos, ask you to retweet stuff, and you do it because you're trying to be a good media member. But reached out to a couple of them, see how their mind was the next day, and one of them told me, which this is a prominent member on one side of the ball, told me, "Oh, it's okay. It's just the first game. You're going to miss tackles the first game." And I immediately ended my conversation with them, grabbed my phone, and tossed it out into the ditch in the backyard. I didn't do that last part. Um, I don't know. Let's get to some of y'all. I'm getting frustrated. Mike says Sat's offense is terrible, and the defensive coach has to go like his offense is so predictable. I don't think he's the right fit for the job. Mike, a lot of people don't, and sometimes you cannot be the right fit for the job and still be a good person. I'm thinking that might be what's going on here. Duell Lee. Sat needs to stop calling the play. We're too predictable. I'm also tired of the Malik show. Sick of it. Duell, I appreciate that. I'm not tired of the Malik show. Malik has improved every single year. I loved how last year he integrated, he was more even as far as run pass. He had designed run plays. He didn't run what if he did, I missed it probably kicking myself in the butt. But I didn't what's up, Jeff? Jeff Parker in the house. I didn't see one designed run play. Hi, Michelle. I know I said hi earlier. Mike Singleton, what's up? Duell, yes, absolutely. Has there ever been a plan to hand the keys over to Taylor? Mike Puckett, I don't think so. Brian McGlass, and what's up, Jaron? Hope all as well. Today has been a rough day, but we will get through today. That's why I jumped on here because anytime I'm feeling a certain type of way, I can hop on here and talk to my people, and y'all get me feeling pumped up and everything. But boo, I'm just frustrated. Deion Brent said it was a new offense and defense, and he was excited. It was a new person saying that. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. And Deion can only say what people. Officially say what he's told to say. So I don't really want to hold that against him. Deion's an amazing person and a really good friend. So Mike Singleton, if you can't tackle, you don't get to play. Oh, hey, Higgy's joining the show. Oh, sweet. All right, that's all the time we have for today. I'm just kidding, Higgy. Marcus, if Satterfield doesn't improve, fire him. And if I'm Louisville, I'll throw the checkbook at Deion Sanders. I've seen that opinion today, but here's my thing, Marcus. And again, not to call you out, but Deion Sanders has never coached at the Power 5 level. How are we just supposed to be like he would be better than Sat? I know he destroyed a Division I AAA roadside assistance team the other day, but you don't think that Malik would have done that against that same team? So I've been killed for this, but what if Malik is not the guy? Listen, Brian, I'm not going to kill you for that because here's what I'll say. That's the biggest failure since he's been here is not recruiting a quarterback. This is his fourth season 4. And we've missed out on Chuba. We've missed out on the kid from Mississippi State. I don't remember his name. We missed out on Shedeur Sanders. We've missed out on a lot of quarterbacks. And his second one absolutely would be holding on to Brian Brown way too long. Mike Singleton says, I'll just put these on the screen. Same approach, same results. Then we have Mike Soul. He's not right fit for the job. Jeff from Louisville says Cragthorpe is by far. These people on Twitter trying to tell me that my coach, Ron Cooper, was worse than him, apparently either weren't alive or just they don't. and I know sometimes I say stuff like this, and you're like, "Well, Jeremy, you've been connected to the program. You were there for Cooper. You were around for Cragthorpe, in a sense. Like you've got more inside knowledge. Don't treat us all like we're stupid." So that's what I've tried to do, for sure. Quentin says he's talked to He's talked to a player's mom. I'm not gonna put that out there, even though y'all can read it. I don't want anybody getting on me for that. Talked to a player's mom on the phone last night. The play calling is frustrating these players. Um, okay, Twilly. Jay Gruden come to the Ville and try the college game out. Got to be better than this, Jeremy. I don't know anymore. I miss Coach Strong. I don't know. Other Coach Strong shot his shot, and he failed miserably. And a lot of his players respected him. We didn't have a lot of now. I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but there was a lot of y'all that were like, "We don't score enough points for Coach Strong to be here." But you know what? We won a lot of games. And then it was Bobby was here. It was like, "We're gonna blow out the bulbs in the scoreboard." And then that didn't happen either. It's just getting the right college football is a lot about getting the right collective group of players on campus at the same time. Mike Singleton does not. He ain't playing with none of this. He's not even on his list as a coach. They didn't do anything they practiced all week in the game. Okay, Quinn. Well, give me a second. I'm sorry I'm not as excited taking sips of vodka like my guy on midnight. Shout out to my guy Marcus Maven. My yellow drink has nothing in it. It's just Gatorade Zero. Trying to lose this weight. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Church? Hey, if y'all need a car, hit me up. Get to my guy Church out of Montgomery Chevrolet. He hooked up. I am very pumped and very angry at Church at the same time. I'm pumped because he got the wife in the car of her dreams. I'm mad because it's about twice as much as I wanted to spend, and now I got to pay. People are always like all the time, "Well, your wife's a travel nurse. You don't have to worry about nothing." No, I told her I was going to buy her the car. I didn't know it was going to be that much a month. I'm stuck with that payment. It is what it is. All right, but yeah, if you hit me up, I'll get you in contact with Church. I've already sent a couple people his way. I'm waiting for my residuals there at Church. All right, Quentin, you said it, so I will address it. They didn't do anything. They practiced all week in the game. Let's get Jeff from Louisville back up here. And not a problem, Church. You are my man. 100 grand. You know how we say it. Well, we got Boo Brewer in the house. We got Church, a couple of Bartonians. Is that how you say it? That's how I'm gonna say it. It is what it is. I was told, not by a player. I was told by, and y'all know I get a lot of stuff. That's where I get a lot of my information or from the assistants or the graduate assistants. And let me just say this. When I asked, the game was Saturday night. When I asked yesterday morning, I hit up said person and said, "Man, that was rough last night." They responded, "Well, what do you expect?" We ran two defenses. Sorry. All the defenses we ran last night, we've not practiced one time during the offseason. That's all I'll say to that. Jeff from Louisville, noted Jay Gruden. He's not a very good head coach. Why does everybody have to suggest a U of L alum as a coach? Very funny, very true. My guy, Jason Whiting. What's up, man? The football program needs a complete rebuild. These players are not buying into the system. Our secondary is high school, all state at best. Mike Singleton says, Josh Hurt is on the clock. Good afternoon, Brian. Steve Franconia in the house. Let's see. Twilly says again, alum as a coach makes sense. Jay has never coached in the NCAA. And again, that's another thing I want to address. Y'all, we are all allowed to have our own opinions. When I post something on Twitter you don't agree with, that is not an invitation for you to be like, "You're stupid, you're fat, you're ugly, you're dumb." No, that's my opinion. You're not going to change my opinion. I'm not going to try to change yours. It is what it is. All right. He was the Jags OC when they went 1-15. Well, okay. No college coaching experience with Jay Gruden. Pros in college is night and day difference. I will agree with that. Lance Taylor caught a lot more plays than people realize. Now, I will say that's the opposite of what I was told. Bubba Ray Lindy said the sky's falling. When you're 4'11", everything looks like it's falling. Mike Singleton, he has to hand the ball off the 2-yard line. I don't disagree with that. Let's get through some more of these, and we'll weren't supposed to be on here, but about a half hour anyway. I'm glad that you all joined me. Got a lot of people, a lot more people on here than I thought we would. Brian Brown and Satterfield both need to go. Nice doesn't always mean success. I'll agree with you there, buddy. I wouldn't mind seeing us going after Tom Herman. I don't want Herman or any of the monsters here coaching. Well, good luck. What has he done as the Cincinnati Bengals OC? Okay, let's take Gruden out of the spot here. Is there not an offensive coach up in the box? Yeah, but they're the head ball coach. I'm glad you came on. Hey, I'm glad to be on here. I'll be on here every day if y'all want me on here. Tyler Gooden, I believe Brown's job is the only one on the clock as of now. I agree. And look, let me get through some of these, and then I'll give you my opinion about the and y'all remind me because I will get off topic, and I will forget. So remind me before I sign off. I want to talk to y'all about just the state of the program at the moment and why I think there have been some serious over exaggeration, and there's been some stuff we've not really worried about as much. So we'll readdress that at the end of the show. Lance Taylor is a glorified wide receiver coach. He has no input. Yeah. Duell Lee. That's my guy. DL. Evans and Jordan should have got the ball to goal line. Yes. When is the mediocre football going to stop? Coach said the only way he may stay at the end of the year is if he lets Brown go. I think not the only way. That is one of the options. Go see what he did for the Willie. We're done with Gruden. We're done with the Redskins. I will say this. People say fire Sat and have their picks, but once a new coach is named, they will do him like they do KP. The whining will go on. Listen, preach, and preach. Nobody's ever going to be happy with the decision. I don't know why I said that up so hard. Nobody's ever going to be happy with what we do, but the fact of the matter is this. Do I think Jeff Brom would be a better coach? I don't know. I don't know how any of these guys. Here's what I do know. Steve Clarkson and Adidas are going to be here next year, no matter if Mike Puckett is the head coach. If Michelle's the head coach. If I'm the head coach, Adidas and all those recruits should still be here. It shouldn't be an issue. Michael's dissatisfied and frustrated. I am too. Game one, though, guys. Game one. I'm muting Jay Gruden. What about Chris Peterson or Tom Herman? Jeff, I don't really like either one of them. It's not really my choice, though. Brown has the same defense from the last few years. They're playing off the ball 8 yards. There's no sense of urgency. He's only rushing 3 and putting 3 in the box. Very, very frustrating. Jeff from Louisville. Jeff, I'm going to boot you. No. I don't want to leave the site. What are you talking about? I'm about to boot you, Jeff. I'm just kidding. Seen a post about reaching out to Eric Bieniemy. I mean, you always get screwed over in the NFL. But we'll talk about that another time too. But the last time that we hired an African-American coach here, the administration tried everything. And of course, that was a way different time. That was 30 years ago. But that administration tried everything they could do to boot him from the second he started having a losing streak the second year. Set needs to give up the game, the play calling. Defense has no juice and can't tackle. I disagree with you on there. I think that they can tackle. If what I was told is true, and they ran defenses the last week that they'd never ran before, that makes sense as to why they weren't tackling really well. They were confused. All those people just remember the last year. Yeah, true. Coach Scoop was always great to me. He was one of the first people that reached out to me after Dad passed away. Quentin says Travion Cooley is leaving. If y'all listened to my show last year in November, I was told he was leaving for NC State after the season. He stuck around. We got Tylen Evans. He probably should have left. I like him. Great kid, great player. I want him to sit. He reminds me a lot of Bilal Powell. But, yeah, I don't see any way he stays. I think Coach Strong would have won big time in the ACC. Very possible. Jeff says we need a SEC coordinator. No more hiring mid-major head coach. We already tried that with Sat. I'm not saying that other word. Y'all done made me say that other word way too many times today. It's like a cuss word to me, and I will not say it. Mike says, I wish Charlie Strong would have never left. So the criticism was strong is that we didn't score many points. It wasn't exciting. Okay. But the boosters would never have, never allowed him to stay, seeing that he was banging one of their spouses. Good afternoon, 55. What's up, Brian? Duo Fire Brown. Okay. It is called tackle football, Mike. I agree with you. Look, I'm just the messenger here. All I was told is that they ran defenses, that they were confused, and it looked like it. Now, is that something they were told to put out there? I don't know, because I haven't heard that anywhere else. But when I watched that team the other day, and I know the playmakers who we had back there, Terrell Clark, Yasser Abdullah, Monty Montgomery, just to name a few, obviously, Momo Sanogo, all those guys. You saying that worries me more than anything. That says Michael. Mark M says, if we give up more than 30 again this week, how does Satterfield just? I don't think he does. I don't think there's any way I don't think there's any way you can keep him on staff if we lose this week. Big, badly. I'll just say that. JK, what's good? Jamie, what's good? Dondi, my man. What's up, John? Bub, yeah, it will take forever to reach you because you're a midget. Short person, I mean, Jeremy, that's not how our fans do, though. They all think their opinion's the only round. And that's what frustrates me because growing up, the very first post that I wrote for Cardinal Sports Zone was titled, We Need to Do Better. And it was, my buddy Wes all the time was like, man, we need to do better. We need to do better as a people. The post was talking about the fear, and you can go back and read it. It's there about how in 10 years, which oddly enough would be right now, I was afraid our fan base was going to turn into those other guys down the road. And buddies, we have. Growing up, you think we cared if we lost in football? No, we were glad to go and enjoy time with our family. Now, we weren't a big-time football program back there, and we're not as big-time of a football program as 85% of you all that are hate tweeting Stat and his wife and the players and stuff think that we are. We're not yet. We were on the cusp of it, and then Bobby spiraled. So, yeah, GW, let's switch subjects. But yeah, we have to do better, man. If we lost in football growing up, I was always like, well, we got a game next week. It's fun to watch football. Hopefully, we'll win some games sometime. In basketball, if we lost one game, it was like, man, we'll get Memphis State next week. We'll bounce back. It wasn't. My God, like y'all act like these kids cost you money, and if you're betting on them, that's y'all's problem. They are, or they're like, if whether we won 60-0 or lost 60-0, like if you wake up the next morning, you're blessed. You can't let this affect you like that. Do I get mad during the games when we don't do well? Absolutely, because as a former player, I see stuff that I'm like, well, how did they not see it? But when that buzzer goes off, like even the other night, I saw the clock was going to run out. I muted it, came in here, turned on the computer, and we got to work. So it would have been better if they showed more heart. You all, I don't disagree with you, but at what point after you've played a whole game and been embarrassed, like these kids, that's another thing though. These kids have been coddled. The participation award aired. You had the one kid from LSU threatening to jump in the transfer portal because they lost. It's just baby stuff. Well, yeah, we do, says Bubba. But I don't disagree with you. Run the ball on 3rd and 8. That's something we would have got on Kentucky about with what was his name? Joker Phillips. We'd have been like 3rd and Joker. Or 3rd and what was the dude's name? He was our defensive 3rd and Grantham. GW wants to switch the topic for a half second. Any shot at George Washington for basketball? I Asked his dad. Me and his dad are acquaintances. I've asked his dad. I'm waiting to hear back from him. CSC every day. Ugh. I don't know if I have that. Look, I don't know if I have that drive, and I don't know if my bank account could survive that. Jeff Parker says, Jeremy, what about? Oh, sorry. What about Chris Peterson or Tom Herman? Both are available. I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Jeff. I don't know because I'm not really big on either one of them. I think they were right time, right place, right time coaches. That does not need to give his defensive coordinator any freedom because what I've heard, Brian Brown is just selfish, doesn't want anybody to help him out. He does need to give his, but I don't think that Taylor is here as a true coordinator. That's my only issue, John. Brian McGlasson, where the blank is Vance Bedford? Vance Bedford loves Louisville. He stays liking every Louisville tweet that's positive, and some of them that are negative, like that are throwing some shade in his way. Brian Davis says, no, Mitchell. Please elaborate on that for me. River City Entertainment Group. Look, I need y'all to sponsor this show 5 days a week. Let's get it. I can't see us winning 2 games under this staff. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll end the show off on that. GW3 to the Bill says, Wesley Keys, what up? Mike Bucket said he'd be a cheaper option for sure. Vance Bedford was always, he's still a guy that checks in with me from time to time with just a great dude. But like Jeff said earlier, I think it was Jeff, great people doesn't always equate results. So see, the players love it here. So what could the problem be? It does, Mike. It falls completely on the coaching, not putting them in the positions to be successful. Steve Franconia, Luke Fickle, Cincinnati's coach. Wishful thinking, but try for him. I knew what you meant, Steve. Look, I've got 3 teenage nieces that I have to decipher and decode words from all the time. So, Mike, so we couldn't even guard the back out of the backfield like you learned playing Little League football. Yeah. Shell says again, I think we all got overhyped in the offseason. Our expectations higher than they should. That has been set. Okay, that has been set since he's got here. I think we got overhyped in the offseason. I think our expectations were exactly what they should have been, considering the talent and the personnel and the promises that things were going to change. It wouldn't be surprising because his brother committed to NC State. Yeah, I mean, but why didn't he leave when he literally told one of our coaches he was leaving and then didn't leave? Crap. Nope, Brian, I'm not saying that name. I'm not doing it. Y'all ain't going to get me to cuss. We have to bring more pressure on D, and that has to make him leave, give the ball to the backs. Yeah. My bad, I'm late. Antron, I didn't know I was going to do a show. I literally was on Twitter, saw everybody just like melting down. I try to stay off the day after, so I didn't see anything yesterday. And when you get on 2 days later and everybody's still urinating fire from their, just sweating hot oil and vinegar from their glands, you know that there's still some aggravation. But no, you weren't late. I didn't even have this planned. Saturday night was a little rough. Can they tighten up? We'll talk about that in a second. Monty had a lot to say about Coach Brown. None of it was good. I didn't hear that. Brian Colvin and Mark Ivy needs to go. Can we just scroll through like this? Nope. I need better equipment. Running defense in a game we didn't practice speaks to the income. I don't disagree. Stephen Coney D-line coach needs to go also. Nothing from them in 4 years. Donnie says, what's going on? That loss had a really bad taste. Yeah, but when have we ever came out in the first game of Sat's tenure and played well? We haven't. I remember how it took us till halftime to wake up against Ole Miss a couple of years ago. It may have been last year. I try to put all this behind me. Mike says we have 4 days to reverse this spilling. Look, y'all are blowing up the text line. I'm not giving no more points. We do. Steven says, I hope it doesn't start like this, but we legitimately can start 0-3. I think if that happens, he may resign. I think y'all are counting him out. I think he's going to try to stick here until he can benefit himself by leaving. We have to do better. I like it for sure, Rudy. Michelle, we are still not a big time football, but we're not an elite program. We were on the cusp of it, and I'll be honest with you. You want to talk about unpopular takes? I think us as a fan base. What's up, Joe? My brother Joey watching. He's in the house, kind of. Not my house. Come on over. Um, it's yeah. We really got spoiled as a fan base. Success that we were on the cusp of being a big time program, but then Bobby spiraled and our fan base spiraled. Man, I can't tell you how many times in the last 3 seasons that I've heard people from out of town be like, "You're a Louisville fan. You're way too nice to be a Louisville fan." I've never heard that in my life before. Mike Norvell got FSU looking to prove crazy. Yeah, I mean, I like it, improvement, not regression. But let's also not act like LSU didn't just drive 99 yards down and almost tie them up. But like a missed point is a missed point. But LSU shredded them with 15-yard plays that whole last 5 seconds. We're not elite for sure. Then we need someone a lot stronger. We can't, our boosters will not allow that. He still looks at he does, and I think that the players pick up on that. Great point, Stephen Pollard. Sorry, I called you out like that. You never had been, Michelle. Grantham, Teddy Lamar spoiled us. Man, y'all must be blowing this text line up because I think I'm answering stuff from about 10 minutes ago. We are the ones suffering the after effects of 2 terrible hires. Josh was in the mid. I think he has a plan. I'm not going to speak on that. Michael Garabin, Grantham, Teddy and Lamar did spoil us. We were spotty at least. 90 for sure. We got spoiled from those good years we had. Now we expect that every game. And let's not get it twisted. There's going to be people on this stream. I try to be fair to everybody because not everybody's 40 years old. Some of y'all are 20, and you all didn't see. I've got about 15 years of Louisville football on you, maybe more because you probably don't remember what was going on when you were 0. So I've watched a lot more seasons. And when I was growing up, they were giving away free tickets to convenient. Buy an icy, get 4 tickets to the game. Perfect attendance for the week at school. Here's your tickets. We've come a long way. We've got that much further to go now. What would you think if we get Vance Bedford and Clint Hurt? I'll tell you this. We were talking to Clint Hurt when Sack got hired, and he decided to go a different way. And then Clint decided to become coach for the Seahawks. So it worked out well for him. Great dude. Also checks on me from time to time, so I appreciate that. What would you think? Oh, okay, sorry. Jeff from Louisville, a few names. Bill O'Brien, Deion Sanders, Hugh Freeze. I'll be okay with trying Deion. He is he'll bring that excitement to the sidelines because of who he is. But that's about it. Everyone keeps mentioning coaches like Seth is going somewhere. For now, that's who we got. Yeah. I need Michelle to be my co-host on here during the days. Bedford is a nice guy. I'd be hesitant with the hire considering Charlie. Yeah. Give Lance some plays to call. Yeah. I don't disagree. Or he's a running backs coach. Maybe he was calling some running back play. I don't know. I was told he didn't call. And it looked the exact playbook and stuff we used last year, except for the designed Malik runs. River City Entertainment Group says we certainly can be a disciplined team that is competitive if we get a real coach. This incompetence lose with the 85 Bears. Ouch. The Orangeman hit us in the mouth. Finally, move on. I mean, we have. Yes, Larry, and I'm looking back and forth between the two screens. I remember when there was no tailgate. I think that's what you're insinuating. My Twitter feed hasn't been enjoyable since Saturday. I don't even hardly get on anymore, guys. I don't get on Facebook because of all the personal drama and people putting out there, "Oh, I can't feed my family tonight only because I had a huge cookout last week and my girlfriend left me because I cheated on her with her sister." Like I'm not with that. 4 years in, and Satterfield's still burning timeouts because he can't get the play in. I did notice that. I mean, you can't you don't get to use them after the game. So I've not really. He's not put us in a situation that Coach Petrino did with timeouts. So I'm not going to complain about it. Can we talk about coaching the ridiculous use of timeouts? Blake Hoagland. What's up, Blake? Hey, look, and Blake's a Kentucky supporter, and I appreciate his support. He supported me from day one. So I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, he's not. He's not. Okay, so we're getting close to being caught up, and then I'll give my opinion for Friday night's game because we didn't really do a. We got so we got so focused on providing a recap, we didn't really do a preview, and we played Friday night. Maybe we can get y'all together a quick recap Thursday or a preview Thursday. Fingers crossed, possibly. A lot of crap hit us all at once. The basketball issues, Bobby. Listen, listen, listen. 1,000, 1 million, 1 trillion%. We got hit with a bunch of stuff all at once, and that also attributes to the frustrations that our fan base. I just woke up. Thanks for being on, Jeremy. Uncle Larry. Joey says I have to. LOL. You have to what? Hire Coach Strong or come over to my house. I don't know which one you're talking about. Steve Franconia. We should be 6 wins at worst, and then 5+ wins at back. What we should be elite. No, this has not been Louisville football, but and I'm look. I'm not one of these people on the radio or podcast that say something and don't own up to it. I thought we were going to win 10 games this year. The teams on our schedule were all supposedly down. When we made our predictions, this was a down year. I was sold that the offense was going to be changed and different. I thought, well, even if this offense is a little bit different from last year, we should be able to win with that schedule. River City Entertainment. After we get trashed by UCF and FSU, the athletic department will need to send Satin Brown down the road. It will be 5,000 people at the home games. Excuse me. I don't know if it'll be that bad, but it will be. Here's what I don't think we're going to be 0-3 after those 3 games. We'll talk about that in a second. I believe Deion can help hold this class. Listen, I appreciate that, Dwayne, but listen. This class is going to hold together anyway because Steve Clarkson and Adidas are going nowhere. They don't care if the Teletubbies are coaching next year. Tinky Winky Poe, any of them mofos. They're going to be here because the money is money and business is business. Nobody cares about being an elite program. We're supposed to be a good one that competes. We look like poop right now. Sorry, I had to answer and hang up a scam likely. I don't disagree with that. I think they should hire – Joey thinks they should hire him as head coach. If you'd like to see that, don't do anything because I don't want my name dragged through the mud. Brian McGlasson says, I will take Urban Meyer for 3 years. All right. Michelle, we as a fan base also need to remember that our players are reading our tweets. Thank you. So are our recruits. I've heard firsthand from a player's mom that our reaction is sometimes deciding factor. It was with Jaquan Lyle. I know that. And that's something when you had Kentucky fans, and this is not me. I don't make nothing up. You already know that. Brian, they don't have another game until ours. Is that true? You had Kentucky players tweeting Jaquan Lyle, telling him they were going to come find him and chop off his hand. Let's see. Shared his photo. Quentin, I'm going to need you to send me some context on that screenshot you just sent me. I apologize. I'm not understanding. Donde Brooks is correct. We had free tickets. You can go into any Rallies or Thornton's, get you a ticket. Blake says, yep, 2 tickets free at local Speedway with the purchase of a Snickers bar and a 32-ounce fountain drink. Uncle Larry does say, remember empty tailgating. But we went on a lot longer than I wanted to go at. But I'm going to keep talking. Roderick, man, we used to get those free tickets too. That's the thing, though. At that time, Louisville was a very blue – and we still are, but we were like that. My parents couldn't afford tickets to the game back then, even though they were lower. That was a treat that for us, we didn't look at it, "Oh, our team's so bad, we're getting free tickets." It was like, "Man, our team loves us. They're passing out tickets to the community." Like, that's just how we always and now we're entitled. Rito, what up? All we need to do is stop playing like crap. That expert analysis you can only get here um, on Rito's Twitter feed or any show that he contributes to. But yeah, let's see what this one is. We had the players. It's not our excuse. River City. Da-da-da. Our recruits can see the inept coaching and lack of any fire from the stats. Yeah, I agree. Uncle Larry says, I guess I spoke too soon bragging on the offensive line. I didn't think they did awful. Blake says, you improved so much from day one, bro. I'm proud of you. And even as a UK fan, I enjoy your little podcast. I hope Louisville gets the right man for the job. Thanks, Blake. Hey, I've always been good. I don't know what you're talking about. I've improved. It's hard to improve when you're the freaking man. I'm just kidding. Any IARP rumors? No. No, I haven't heard anything. John, you said any truth to him. I want to know what the truth. What's your truth? And I'll tell you what I've heard. Like again, if the U of L administration doesn't make a change, the fans will make their voice heard by not showing up. Yep, for sure. Yeah, many of 2023 class isn't here because of SAT. It's NIL and apparel affiliation. No, Joey, we're not going to get that trending. If y'all get that trending, find Jeremy a new job will be the next hashtag. Deion Sanders is not coming. He may not. A lot of people didn't think Kenny Payne was coming either. So Lee says, hi from the biggest fan from Florida, also an alumnus, class of 89. All right, Lee, appreciate your support all the way down from my second home, the Sunshine State. You can buy tickets at Costco now, Jeff, you're silly. You can buy tickets at Costco now. Yep. We need to quit like Syracuse knocked us out of the playoffs. You know what? That's very true. And look at somebody you can look up the stats. That was only like our second or third loss to Syracuse all time. We have completely owned them every other game, including that horrible to sit through 10-9 game where we scored in the last minute on the last drive to win it 10-9. I was in attendance for that. I don't know if I was on. I don't remember what year that was. I don't know if I was on a visit or if that was one of Lavelle's games because he got me tickets to all the home games. But yeah, we're not on that level. We're not yet. We're not on the CFP yet. So stop acting like it. Stop acting like we're not going to beat a team every single time. Good old days in Cardinal Stadium. Those were the days. Yep, FSU is off till they play Louisville. They're going to be real fresh. Well, poop. FSU is the next. Okay, so we got a lot of people backing that up. I see that. Thank you, River City. Thank you, Duell. Thank you, everybody that's told me that. Random question. Any news on the IARP hearing? Think we get a ban? I don't think we get a ban. Let's save that for the show. Y'all put a pin in that and remind me. Send me a DM right now that says, let's talk about the IARP during the show. Duell says, we're on Syracuse level now. That is sad. No, I don't think he's saying that that we're on their level, per se. Blake, stop it. Still planning on going to the FSU. Look, let me take a drink before I reveal this to y'all. You're going to want to go to at least the FSU tailgate because there's just, let's put it this way. I'll be at the tailgate. I'm going to bring the show to the tailgate. Whether anybody listens or not, we're going to be there in full effect to have our equipment set up somewhere, and y'all can come see us hang out with us. Joey again. Oh, we got to the end of the comments too. Awesome. I'll get these guys fired up and ready to play. I hope you can pay my bills because I won't get any kind of tips from now on if y'all keep on hiring Joe Wom and stuff. I'll be at the FSU game regardless. Okay, now I'm not going. Michelle, I hope fans do come to games. The players deserve it. Yeah. They're saying that while they will be under the IARP, they will not be judged under the old standards. Oh, okay. Michael says, I will always love our players repping the bill. Yeah, for sure. I'll have a fat contract to pay your bills. Bubba Ray Lindy says, heck yeah. Just being at the tailgate. Our former quarterback looked real good last night for FSU. I'll go to watch him, silly. All right. Well, that is the end of the questions that I see. Again, I did not know we were going to be on here this long, and I don't mind it. As long as y'all get entertainment out of it, I get entertainment out of it. I will give you all a few seconds to ask any. Okay. See, I told y'all didn't remind me. I told y'all to remind me. I'll give a little teaser. The FSU tailgate, Jeff. I think that I'm more of a lenient and forgiving person than your normal fan. I don't know if it's because I used to play ball or I don't know why, but I am. I'm also the type of guy who lost his first game of the season multiple times and went back to win a district, make it to the Final Four of a regional. Did big things after losing that first game. I love you showing your passion for our cards. Thank you, River City. I still wish you'd hit me up and let's get something going as far as the sponsorship. I think you'd be great. I think we'd be a great match. What crew will you be with? The Cardinal Sports Zone crew, you little twit. All I'm saying is one game doesn't make a season. Now, here's where that's old Jeremy. One game don't make a season. Here's new Jeremy. Unless we change up our offensive mindset, that's how it's going to be this year. And I appreciate you too, Michael. I didn't see anything different versus Syracuse. Oh, yeah, I did. Lack of scoring. So I'm not going to say anything negative about this team. I always give the team the first 3 games of the season to show me what they're made of, show me what they can do. Because you do sometimes have nerves in the opening game affect you. Or you don't learn the plays you're supposed to. You're not even shown the plays. Sean's never made it into the end zone or scoring territory, Bubba, and you know that. But so I'm going to wait because I know there's going to be enough harsh criticism from Sam and Dalton and Wes and Joey and Sean to an extent. I'll leave it at that. We have to change the offensive mindset. We have to tackle it. Well, if we know the plays, it's probably easier to tackle. If you think you're supposed to go right and the play goes past you to the left because you weren't taught to play, you know what? Y'all know how that works. Thank you to everybody that is tuned in. We appreciate all of you through Twitter, through Facebook, through YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube channel, man. Make sure if you aren't already, hit the like button, follow it, subscribe, whatever you do on YouTube. We have increased our followers on YouTube by 70% just since we started the streaming show. We appreciate y'all's support. Y'all can see all the press conferences. We're going to try to bring y'all more content. Not only will we do this mid-afternoon show from time to time, we'll try to get some of our guys to record like little segments and stuff. Make it Facebook official. Hit that like button. Tell your mama, tell her friends to be our friends, and we'll all be friends. We're going to bring you more content. So we appreciate y'all's support. I don't have any fancy intro or outro music or anything for y'all this week. I'll try to work on that. Let's see. Can I play it? Do I have music on here? Oh, okay. I should have my own show for sure. Yes, Joey. If we ever need a show that's just farts and burps and saying Maryland's trash, you got it. Cougars for Sean. Hashtag Cougars for Sean. Church, my guy. Hey, next time I come in there to get a car, I better get a hefty discount, bro. I'm just saying. We'll throw your sticker on the back of it. I'll advertise for you 24/7. No, 25/8. No, I got more than that. Well, that's true. Hit the like button. Michelle, tell them what they need to do. Thank you, Dante. New subscriber today. Appreciate that. IARP. DM that to me on Twitter, Brian. Say, hey, talk about IARP on the next show. We'll try to get a show in for y'all Thursday night. Until the next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast.